Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Aprilia Andraini, and I'm going to show you the article that I found. It's about teaching method, and as you can see on the screen, the title of the article is Effectiveness of Gamification and Selection of Appropriate Teaching Methods of Creativity from Students' Perspective. And before we dive into the article, I'll explain what reading strategy that I use to read this article. So the reading strategy that I use is metacognitive strategy. I will explain what is metacognitive strategy. So a metacognitive reading strategy involves being consciously aware of and actively managing your own reading process to enhance comprehension and retention of the material. It encompasses planning, monitoring, and evaluating your understanding before, during, and after reading. By employing this this strategy, you become a more effective and strategic reader, capable of tackling complex texts with greater ease and insight. So there are three reading methods or reading strategy, which is planning, which is free, wise, and after. And in the free metacognitive reading strategies, so before you read, you need to plan, which is setting goals, determine what you aim to achieve from the reading sessions. Are you reading for detailed understanding, to gather specific information, or for leisure? Activating prior knowledge reflects on what you already know about the topic. This helps in connecting new information to existing knowledge and previewing the text. So, skim through headings, subheadings, images, and summaries to get an overview of the content and structure. Then the second is during the reading. So, in the during the reading section, uh, you can start to I can start to self questioning or continuously ask myself about the material to stay engaged and check my understanding. For example, do I understand this section, or how does this information relate to what I read earlier? And I need to clarify confusion. When encountering difficult passage, I pause to clarify meanings. This might involve rereading, looking up definition, or summarizing the section in my own words. And after that, the third is evaluating or after reading. So in after reading, I will be summarize or recap the main ideas and key details of the text to reinforce understanding and memories. And reflecting on my goals, assess whether I met the objectives I set before reading, and consider what strategies work well and what could be improved. After that, I connecting the two broader contexts and ask myself that if I relate to the information in the other areas, real life situation or future learning to deepen comprehension and applicability. Okay, I finish reading my three strategies in reading using metacognitive. I will explain about the article that I just. So, as you can see, the titles, I will read the abstract. Okay. Complex creativity and multiple learning objectives often require combining several teaching methods, and gamification may be an effective teaching strategy for enhancing learning. However, few studies have examined the combined effects of implementing gamification and multiple teaching methods in a course from student perspective. Therefore, this study implemented gamification and six teaching methods of enhancing college students' creativity in university. Creativity and Innovation course in November and December 2021, and I am to examine the effects on their creativity, collaboration, and communication skill, and use the analytical hierarchy process to identify more effective teaching methods corresponding to the learning objectives from students' perspective. The results showed that students perceived that gamification could stimulate their motivation, attitudes, and interest in learning and enhance their creativity, collaboration, and communication skills. Furthermore, mandala thinking was the most effective teaching method for the overall goal. In contrast, the most effective teaching methods for the creativity, collaboration, and communication skill learning objectives are the Scamper techniques. Bowman competition and mandala thinking, respectively, the results provide essential reference for selecting effective teaching methods that meet the teaching objectives. So, what is gamification? Gamification is the use of game design element in non-game context, such as education. In practical terms, this means incorporating features like goals, point badges, feedback levels, challenge, competition, rewards, and even a concept called fun failure into the learning process. These elements are designed to make learning more interactive, engaging, and enjoyable. Your education turns the educational experience into something more dynamic and perhaps most importantly more motivating for students. Let me take a moment to clarify something crucial. Gamification is not the same as simply playing games in the classroom. It's about using the principles that make games fun and applying them to educational activities. Like, think of it as turning the learning process into a structure, engaging challenge where students are encouraged to take risks, try new things, and persist through obstacles just as they would in a game. One of the most interesting findings in the research comes from a study by Sue and Hammerly. I'm sorry if I mispronounce their names. Who discovered that gamification significantly increased people's creativity compared to more traditional motivators. So the opinion of Sue and Hammerly is the same with Huawei Lee, who said that uh, gamification improved creativity, build creativity in students. And compared to more traditional motivators such as financial rewards or punishment. So why this is important? Because well, the traditional education system often focus on extrinsic motivators, rewards like graders, or punishment like the fear of failing a test. These methods, while effective to avoid might limit the scope of students' creativity. In contrast, gamification encourages intrinsic motivations, like students engage because they enjoy the process, because they want to master the material, or because they take pride in their progress. The shift from extrinsic to an intrinsic motivation is critical when it comes to creativity. When students are driven by their own curiosity and a desire to achieve personal goals, their engagement with the material depends. They are more willing to explore new ideas, take risks, and experiments, all of which are essential components of creative thinking. In this way, gamification fosters an environment where creativity can thrive. Um, let's delve deeper into what makes gamification so effective. Gamified environment offer a sense of progression. Just as in a game, students can work through levels, earn points, and unlock rewards. This element provides ongoing feedback, which helps students understand how they are doing and where they need to improve. The immediate and continuous feedback that gamification offers is a stark contrast to the traditional educational model where feedback often comes into the form of grade at the end of test or an assignment. Gamification allows students to see their progress in real time, encouraging them to keep going even when they encounter challenges. Okay, let me show you the article. Okay. So there is gamification mechanism. Here, gamification mechanism is considering the learning environments and teaching factors in gamification as follows: simulation obtain competition, then practice. Time is approximately the same for each teaching method. The maximum points earned at the point intervals were the same each week to maintain fairness and competition. The team that won first place received 30 points, the second place received 12 points. Okay. So the research instrument is student self-assessment survey and the IHP method. Okay. This is the process. Okay. I will read the conclusion. So this study implemented gamification and six teaching methods for enhancing creativity. It aimed to examine the effects on students' creativity, collaboration, and communication skills, and to identify more effective teaching methods corresponding to the learning objective from students' perspective. The results showed that students perceived that gamification enhanced their creativity, collaboration, and communication skills. Students considered that gamification could stimulate their motivation, attitudes, and interest in learning. The gamification process created a fun, competitive atmosphere and learning environment that facilitates students' learning. For the overall goal, mandala thinking was the most effective teaching method, and for the creativity, collaboration, and communication skill learning objective, the most effective teaching methods were the Scamper techniques, violent competition, and mandala thinking, respectively. The result of this study makes significant contribution that reinforce previous studies and provide essential reference for selecting effective teaching methods that fit teaching objectives. And I think that's all from me. I'm sorry if I mispronounce some words. And assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.